Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing okay and I hope you guys are staying creative. So today's video is about the basics of Premiere Pro. So if you are someone who wants to edit a video and don't really know how to, then this video will help you get started. So the first step is drag and drop. So when you open Premiere Pro, this is how it's going to look like. The first thing you need to do is obviously import your footage. You can either do it two ways, either file, import, and then you can go look for your footage, or else just double click on this area. It says import media. So just double click there. So now I have all my footage ready in two separate bins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one video and drag it to this icon here. So this right here, this is your sequence. So you can drag that out and put that in a separate bin. It's just good practice, to have separate bins for your footage, for your music, for your audio files, for your sound effects. So it just makes it easier and it keeps it clean. And now it's got all the right settings according to my video. So it's shot at 60 frames. So my sequence is 60 frames. It's a 1080p file. And yeah, that's about it. So that's how you make the right sequence. So Premiere Pro's got this option where you can give a certain color to your files, just so to make it easier for you to identify them in your sequence. So I'm going to click on the bin, and then I'm going to hold shift and click all the clips under this particular bin. And I'm going to right click and I will assign Mango to all the Canon footage. And then I'm going to go down to Sony, click on the bin and all the way down to the last footage under Sony. Right click, and I'm going to probably label it to teal. So now as you can see, it's just made it a lot more easier. Just by looking at the colors, I know which is Canon footage and which is Sony footage. So adjustment layers are another great feature that help you make color changes to your clips. So all I have to do to get an adjustment layer is click on the new item icon and look for adjustment layer, and everything is fine. So I'm going to extend it all the way out to the end of my last clip. So basically what it does is, it's a separate layer that goes on top of your actual video. I can make my color changes on this adjustment layer. So I can increase the exposure maybe, contrast it a little bit, and probably reduce the temperature. So all the changes being made are only on the adjustment layer. And you can make your color adjustments there without actually affecting the clip itself. So if I turn the adjustment layer off, the clips are back to normal. So all the adjustments being made are only on the adjustment layer. So if you are a fan of those widescreen bars, you can also put these on an adjustment layer. So I'm going to go into effects, drag crop onto my adjustment layer, and I'm going to keep the top at 13% and same with the bottom. As you can see, it's given that cinematic look to it. So the next step is the Alt key. So what this does is, if you want to copy a clip, you would normally Ctrl C and then go to the end of the clip and Ctrl V. But that sort of slows you down every time you want to do it. So what you do is hold on your Alt key and just drag, and you have a copy. So yeah, definitely use the Alt key to copy. And the Alt key also helps in moving a clip frame by frame. So to do this, you would hold down the Alt key and hit the arrow in whichever direction you want to go. So let's say I want to move right, I'm going to hit the right arrow. So as you can see, the clip is moving frame by frame. So this helps in moving your clip frame by frame. And another great use of the Alt key is to move your clips between layers. So let's say I want to move this clip to the layer above. I'm going to hold down Alt and hit the up arrow. And as you can see, it's moved to the top layer. And here I can probably add another clip that goes below it. So yeah, that's how you use the Alt key. So tip number 5 is lock layers. So let's say I want to make cuts just on the videos and not on the music track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this layer, and now if I make cuts, it only affects the layers that are not locked. And as you can see, the layer that is locked has this diagonal sort of lines on it, indicating that it's been locked, and neither can you move the track left or right. It stays in place. So that's another great feature. So the next step is usually for when you've got a lot of files to work with and you're working on a big project, and you want to navigate faster around your sequence. So for this, what you do is go into Edit, Preferences, and then Timeline. And then right here in the timeline mouse scrolling, you're going to set it to horizontal. So what this does is, when you scroll down, it goes right. And yeah, you can just navigate around your clips faster. And then when you scroll up, it goes left. This is definitely a must use when you're editing. So I've had a lot of times when Premiere Pro just crashes on me, and then I realize that I've not saved my project. The default saving time between each autosave is 20 minutes on Premiere Pro, which is pretty bad. So what I would do is, let's go to Edit, preferences and look for autosave, and right here this will usually be 20 minutes, so switch it to 5. Yeah, every 5 minutes your project will autosave. Even if it crashes, there are more chances that your project has been saved.